Hello, everyone. We're going to be reading through the second chapter of the book that I'm making based off of the Sacred Shadows guidebook. This is the second one, and it's going to be, can't really see it, the abuse wound. All right, let me pull this up. Chapter 2, The Weight of Silence, where the soul meets the wound of enduring harm. And again, if you didn't watch chapter 1, I'd go back and watch that one first. But essentially, this book is based off of the guidebook, and the guidebook is based off of the deck. So this is essentially the soul going on a journey of meeting the different wounds. And it's basically to take this a step further and give like a visual, you can put yourself into the shoes of this person type of experience so that you can understand the wound on a different level. So that's the intention with this book. And no, it's not available yet. I'm still working through some editing and writing. Okay, so chapter 2, The Weight of Silence, where the soul meets the wound of enduring harm. The silence was heavy, not empty, heavy, thick like smoke after a fire, clinging to everything, seeping into skin, memory, bone. The soul stood in a room with no doors, no windows, just walls that remembered every scream, every flinch, every time they had been made to feel small. It wasn't quiet because there had never been sound. It was quiet because the noise had been stolen. Their voice gone, their power stripped, their sense of safety shattered like glass under someone else's rage. They pressed their palm to the wall and it pulsed, not with warmth, but with memory. This was the place they had once survived by disappearing, not literally, but in all the ways that count. They had learned the way of stillness, how to read moods before words were spoken, how to vanish without leaving, how to carry pain in the body so skillfully that it looked like peace. And then they heard it, a flicker, a sound that wasn't really a sound, a presence crawling from the corners of where light refused to reach. The shadow stepped forward, not with violence, but with knowing. It didn't need to raise its voice. It had already taught the soul what fear sounded like. I remember you, the soul said, barely above a whisper. I never left, the shadow replied. I am what you swallowed to survive. It looked like a parent once, then a stranger, then a partner, then themselves, their own eyes reflected back, hardened by years of silence. I did what I had to do, the soul said. Yes, the shadow replied. You learned to be invisible, to be good, to be quiet, but you forgot how to be whole. The soul trembled. There was rage inside them. Not hot, not wild, but slow burning, ancient, contained. I wasn't weak, they whispered. No, the shadow agreed. You were brilliant. You survived. But survival is not the same as living. And with that, the room shifted. The walls closed in, whispers rising from every corner. Old words, familiar wounds. You're too sensitive. It didn't happen like that. You made me do it. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Each sentence was a lash, each memory a chain. The soul dropped to their knees, not in surrender to the shadow, but to something deeper, their own pain. Raw, unexplained, never fully named. I hated myself, they admitted. I thought if I could just be better, maybe it would stop. The shadow kneeled too. And when it didn't, you decided you were the problem. A sob escaped them, not loud, but deep, the kind that comes from the body, from the cells that have carried stories that no child should carry. But I'm not the problem, the soul said, voice gaining strength. I never was. No, the shadow said softly. You were the one who endured. The silence shifted. It didn't leave, but it loosened. It began to crack under the weight of truth. I am not what happened to me, the soul said. No, said the shadow, but you are what rose from it. And in that moment, the soul did not run. They did not freeze. They stood slowly, with fire in their veins and tears on their cheeks. I take myself back, they said. Every part that was stolen, every inch I gave away just to feel safe, I reclaim it all. The shadow didn't disappear, it bowed, not in defeat, but in reverence. You are the fire, it whispered, not what burned you. The walls opened, the room breathed, and the soul stepped into the light, not to forget what had been done, but to no longer be defined by it. They did not need to be small to feel safe. They did not need to be silent to be loved. And in the stillness, something else emerged. Not someone else, but a voice. Their own. Strong, sacred, and unbroken. That is chapter 2. We will go into chapter 3 next. And that one will be the alignment blockage. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you soon.